Dr. Mehreen Saif. As you already know, I'm a GP working in England, and today I have got a very beautiful guest sitting right in front of me across the camera, and her name is Carmel Thurst. I have just one introduction for her. She is a life savior for me. Yes, this beautiful person helped me to open up my heart and save my life. So I now ask Carmel to introduce herself because I know she can tell a lot about her. Please, Carmel, now it's you.
Thank you, Maureen, for your introduction. And yes, I call myself a consciousness alchemist with a master's degree in intercultural psychology and a BA in occupational therapy. I have 25 years of experience working with people across cultures in various ages, people that have experienced crises in their life, either because of physical symptom or an illness or because of an emotional crisis where they need help to get back into their life and feel meaning and purpose in their life. And this is where I tap in.
I would say this is something new for me. Even I had no idea. The reason I want to bring it to the public as a conventional doctor, conventional medicine doctor, because I myself was not aware of it. I just attended this course of integrated medicine and the ceremony with you because I was feeling like my patients would get benefit from it or they need it. But actually, there I realized no, it was a call for me. And the changes that I had in me, and still I am having, and they are getting better and better. That's why I thought this is something new, not only for me, but for many people, and we should bring it out. So, would you like to tell a little bit about the, I would say, the peak experience that we had together, the plant ceremony and the retreat that we were having? That was so wonderful experience for myself.
It's really interesting what you're sharing, because many people who come for training, they come because they want to help themselves. Of course, they want to help others, but they don't realize, or maybe through the process they realize, that when they help themselves, their own journey become the main healing tool that they offer others. So when we met, we met in the training, but the meeting and the ceremony was the peak and the essence where we discovered really what your tool is. And I remember that moment where I recognized in you that you were really the heart healing of the group itself. And I invited you to be in the middle of the group, recognizing that power of your heart. And what came to my mind was you were a GP. You come in contact constantly with people, and the power of your heart is the power of the healing you offer people. So it's interesting how through this personal journey, one discovers what he gives his clients or patients.
Oh, I totally agree. I would say that the moment I can never forget that how it happened, because I myself was struggling too much and I was not understanding what is happening, why I'm having these like high energies and whatever, but why I'm not able to tackle it. But as and you were there with me and you said, okay, just try to bring it out through your heart. And I still, it's like fresh in my mind how I tried to direct those energies through my heart, and then the heart opened, and then the prism lights were coming out. And when you asked me to sit in the center, and I myself was feeling, yes, the energies and the lights are coming from my heart to the whole surroundings. So it was really new and wonderful experience for me. So that's why I want if you tell more about it, and like why we need this work.
You see, when I offer training, when I do training with people, it's mainly mentally. So we process information through our brain and our understanding. When we do ceremonies and it is experimental, this knowledge gets into our cells. The knowing is not anymore from our brain, but it's a knowing from my essence of my being. And this transforms really that knowledge that one had before into really a real experience that you get out of this. And I think this is why when I meet people that come from other ceremonies, they tell that they weren't prepared for that. They weren't prepared for that experience. And in a way, a ceremony is just like life. You have to know where you come from and where you're heading to. If you don't know that, you get into an experience and in a way you can get lost. And I have clients that went to ceremonies somewhere else and come back and they come to me and say, I got lost there. I don't know how to get back to myself. And this is why it's really my heart mission to prepare people who wish to experience that, this intensity of journeys, because it is a picture of our life. If we know to journey, we go on our life journey, so to say.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. How important is to be well prepared and before that, and to know what are you expecting from this ceremony, and what are we hoping to achieve. And especially, we need our person with a heart who is along with us and guiding us all the way to give us the best outcome of this effort. Right. So, what do you think, Karma? Like, what humanity is suffering the most at the minute?
I think at the minute what we are experiencing is really a war of our attention and consciousness. We are being so diverted and our attention is being so distracted that it brings a lot of anxiety and it depletes our energy so much that we see so much depression. In a way, people, they don't find meaning and purpose anymore in their life and they're constantly distracted, and our consciousness are diverted not really to answers those core questions in our life. I think this is the main issue that humanity is facing nowadays. I don't know how is it in your GP practice. How would you experience it?
Yeah, for me, it is very interesting because recently I saw a patient right sitting in front of me. He had different kind of antidepressants, and I said, okay, you need talking therapy because this is the most we suggest as the GP. He had talking therapies, he has CBT, he had privately tried the hypnotherapy and the psychiatry, but he was sitting in front of me and was saying like, I need someone who can uh, go like into my soul and can figure out where I am wrong so that I can work on that thing. And I was like, "Ah, he needs this consciousness alchemy thing." But because while I'm sitting as a GP in NHS don't offer these kind of services, so I'm not allowed to tell them. That's why I am very happy that I found you, and we together can help people. If I find someone who is struggling, I can always refer them to you, and I trust in you with my heart that you are the right person to be contacted.
And I can say that it's so important to have a person like you, a GP, on my side, because when I get clients, of course, I have also the limit of what I can cover. And it's very important that I can direct such a person to a GP who has an open mind that looks at symptoms and illnesses in an integrative way, knowing that behind the symptoms, it's actually a clue to a crisis, an emotional crisis behind that. So it's really an honor to have such a doctor, and I hope that there will be more like you, more doctors on board, so that we can broaden this message so people can really benefit from that.
Yes, I agree because what I personally believe that resonates with my heart, this is the time for humanity to evolve, and the artificial intelligence and the plant medicine, the retreats and everything, they are here to help us. Because if I'm honest, before attended the retreat, I myself was feeling like I'm very restricted. And even before I was talking to one of my friends there in the ceremony, I was saying I'm feeling like I'm tied all over, like my chromosomes are very tight, and I'm not able to express or feel fully what I am. But with that ceremony, under the right guidance and the right environment, helped me to open up and to figure out what exactly my purpose is in this life. And that gave me a push. I think all of us who feel ready, that they are ready to get the purpose of their life, this is something must for them, and they should actually, I would say, this is the best money they spent on it. So if we talk about money, do you think it is the expensive thing, people can afford it, or how you will give some idea to the people about it?
If you would know that something a method can transform your life and you will gain what you want out of it, is it expensive? Is it not worth any price?
For me, I gave my life for it. That was the price. But
you're not bankrupt.
Yes. So that is the thing. Like, if I went with that mindset and I was not bothered for money, so I must say, like, yes, some people who are struggling and what I told money, it might it might be a bit of struggle for them, but I think mostly people who are earning enough, they can easily afford it, and the results they get for their life, I would say, is life changing, and they can learn more and earn a lot more. So I think this is the best money they can spend ever.
Especially when we understand that money is energy. If we understand that we give money as energy, we invest energy actually in ourselves, one will gain much more energy, like you're saying, and you will generate much more out of it. So you're wanting to receive something in order to create a better version in you, so you can generate more of this energy, and you will most likely create more money as well after that.
And in addition to the money, I think the happiness that you get, that is priceless. When you know you what you are here, what is your mission, like for me that was like energy was all scattered, and somehow I was directed, okay, gather your energies and this is your path. So that was really cool for me, and that's why I become a strong advocate of this lovely work. And I am very glad that I am working along with you, and whoever needs this kind of work, I know where they can be directed to. Right. So one few more questions. How you think about, is there any risks associated with this?
So before I start working with people, there are some criteria that I look for. So if women are pregnant, that's something that I would not recommend and I don't take on board. There's a level of vitality that I would expect the person, so he needs to work on that before. So I do assess before I take people on board and I work with them that there will not be any risk while I do the consciousness work with them and consciousness altering methods with them. Yes.
Great. And if we divide it into two parts, like where the work in the clinic and work in the retreats, so how you think, what is the percentage of both, whether everyone needs both work or some need just one, so how you will try to elaborate a little bit about it?
So the personal one-on-one work, I find it a prerequisite to get on board, in a way, to get to know me and also to get to start to know the way it works or the method I use works. And then the deepening in the retreat, the work with the retreat itself. So in a way, it goes one-on-one, because when I meet the person, then I can dive with him into his personal story. But work in a group really brings the whole picture together. There's something about group work that 1+1 is more than 2.
Exactly.
Exactly. And that's why I love both ways. So to have a one-on-one work is perfect, but then to have a group, it amplifies the work on yourself.
I totally agree with that, because as if I briefly tell about my story, I 100% agree with that. If there was not a group of like a certain number, the energies that I was trying to handle and carry, it felt to me like it's not one person's energy. It's like that's why I was trying to divert it and to different people, and I was also receiving that from everywhere. So it was like a collaborative work that was happening there, and I don't know what I felt, why I felt that yeah, we have managed to open a portal of light, love, and healing, and I think that something resonates with me a lot, and that's why I want to be involved in these kind of ceremonies where I can sit there and open the portal of love, light, and healing for the world at as many places as possible around the world.
So in one way, we're also opening now a portal of work in this podcast and in our collaboration work, and of course in the group work and the retreats, people will be able to join that portal and opening it jointly together. Yes.
And I think this is our responsibility now, because any person who feels ready, I think they should come and join us in this noble purpose of opening these portals, self-healing. As you mentioned, if we heal ourselves, we heal the society, and if we are feeling good, the society will be feeling even better. So that's how the group work works, I think.
I absolutely agree. And also, I find that nowadays we live in a time where our conscious work and the healing work we're doing, there's an acceleration of time that supports the inner work. And this is why we see that the new generation that is coming, are the children that are being born, their consciousness is in a really different space than we are, and a different level than we are. There's something that is changing so rapidly. And that's why also the workshops and the ceremonies are so important, because they support that the change which happens much more quickly than in a normal, I would say, in a normal therapy work that takes maybe years sometimes. Yes. So it's a great time to start.
Yes, I totally agree with that, because as I mentioned, I always throughout my life had a feeling that I have to do something, but I didn't know what I have to. But this is the work that I'm doing feels like, okay, this was my mission and purpose of my life. And what I believe is the people like you and me have been prepared, as you mentioned, for the souls that are in this world, but they are looking for the guidance, and they are looking for someone who can guide and open them up and direct their energies for this Mother Earth that we all are ready to serve.
Absolutely. I agree. In a way, I invite people to meet me in that elevated state of healing, and to be part of that, and in that gives really the space of healing when we meet there. So that's like the way I see that in my mind. And as you said, it radiates to our family, to the circle, the environment, the social circles around us, and that lies the responsibility in us as well. And that's a responsibility that I see in myself as well, that I offer.
Yes, because yeah, and I personally believe that with the human evolution has now to a stage where from the survival and all those things, now this is the time for the consciousness experience. So, like physically, we are evolved to the extent where we needed to be, but now it is the consciousness that needs to be evolved to go to the further higher dimensions, maybe from 3D to 5D or even further higher. And this is, I would say, the easiest or maybe the most rewarding path of self discovery with some guide, and then the retreats.
Absolutely, I agree. I agree that we're going through such a rapid change, because also if you think about how the sense of money is changing, like the way we grasp money 100 years ago and now, so the way we grasp relationships, the way we grasp our consciousness development is changing so rapidly. In a way, this is the part where we should invest most, because it's an ongoing development, evolvement, it's a journey. It's a learning life journey, and I do invite people to join us there, because as I said, the reward is really big there.
Yes, and to add on, when I see my patients, as I say, it runs in the family, depression runs in the family, anxiety runs in the family, and they know that this is in the family and they need to work on it and they're ready to work on it, but they don't know where to start. And I sometimes feel they are very desperate. So I think, yes, if we open up and tell the people, yes, this is a safe place where they can, I would say, heal the generations and can have a quantum leap in the evolution. So that is the real work now in this world to do.
Absolutely. And my tip would be to start with oneself.
Yes, that was my next question. Yeah, that you somehow got it. Like any self-help tip.
Yes. First of all, when I realized that maybe my family is not functional, my relationship is not functional, really instead of putting my gaze out there, to look inside of myself. How can I change my perspective? How can I not be hostage of the environment and what is manifesting around me, and be a master of my life? So I think that would be my tip, and to be open, curious, and whatever helps, go for it.
Right. Right. Thank you so much, Carmel. As we
Thank
have
you, Nora.
just started this work together, and we will continue doing these podcasts as people would like to know more about it, because we are out there, we are ready and prepared for them to help them. But if they think they need more, they think anything more to know about it, or they have any questions, they can always write in the comment section down below. And as per their demand, we will do more podcasts to bring out more knowledge and to help us and the humanity together.
What a delight. We will do that together. My
Okay,
pleasure.
then see you in the next podcast. Take care. Bye.
Okay, bye. Thank you.